Recently, I was coaching a pastor, and as we were talking back and forth in the coaching call, I just started to take note of some of the language he was using. He was talking about his board as they and them. He was talking about people that disagreed with him in the church leadership, about how they just need to leave the church, and he was just kind of talking this out loud. I stopped him in the middle of this conversation. I said, hey, listen. I said, listen to yourself talk, Pastor. I said, you are talking about your people in your church like they're your enemies. You're talking to them like they're against you. I said, you're talking about like this is a war and a battle with the people that you are leading. And as we started to talk, that conversation turned into a very emotional conversation. I made a statement to him. I said, you need to recalibrate the way you think about leadership. That leadership, here's what I said to him, leadership is not a war, but leadership is a dance. That when you're leading change in particular, it's a dance and not a war. And let me challenge you this week, as you think about this week, as you're leading in your organization, maybe leading your home or leading your church, change or recalibrate the way you think about leadership. Leading change is not a war with the people that are against you, but a dance. Change your metaphor. Now, when you think about leading change as a dance, there are a couple of signs you need to look for that you're treating it like a war, not a dance. Let me give you two signs. First of all, listen to your language. If you're using terms like they and them or you're treating it like a war and not a dance. If you say they do this or you do this, boy, there is language that divides the organization instead of aligning the organization. The other thing is to not only listen to your words, but pay attention carefully to your emotions. Anytime your emotions start having anger, or you're defensive, or you're pointing fingers, trust me, you are treating change or treating leadership like a war and not a dance. Lean into this metaphor. Literally allow this metaphor to recalibrate the way you view leadership. So here's how you do this. Think about this question this week. What does dancing teach you about leadership? Think about that. Matter of fact, on the comments below, I'd love to hear your responses. What does dancing teach you about leadership? So before you go to your boss or before you lead the people that you're leading, you're responsible for, how can this be treated as a dance and not a war? Man, for me, that question is profound because dancing should be fun. Are you having fun? Dancing, you listen to the particular music, and depending on who you're dancing with, it's different music in different places and different dance. Sometimes it's a fast dance, sometimes it's a slow dance. Dancing is always based upon relationship, not position. But think about it. Really lean into that metaphor. What does dancing teach you about leadership? This week, recalibrate the way you lead. Don't treat it as a war, but leading change is like a dance and not a war.